What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Helldivers 2 yet again. Look, the game is coming out next week, and I already did my why I'm getting video on this game. I'm pumped, and I wanted to throw this out here. I want to do a Helldivers 2 video anyway around these, next few days, and I didn't know, that there'd be a preview event, and so we got some new footage, and we got a lot of talk about this game. Let me start with this, and again, this is going to be more of like an opinion kind of piece, me just kind of talking about what we saw and how excited I am versus, a massive, analysis kind of video. Honestly, if you're looking for analysis as to what these people saw, go watch them. I think PlayStation Access actually did a really, really good job in their video. I watched a couple people talk about Helldivers in general. I think Gamespot did it as well. So if you want to see that, of course, you can go there. I just want to talk about it from, I guess, an outsider looking in. Like I said, I played Helldivers 1. Actually, I played it when it came out. Took many, many moons off and went back to it. I think in the fall, this past fall, I played the game again, and I love it. I actually think there's something really, really special to it, and I'm impressed. I actually am kind of mad at myself that I ignored it for so many, even though I did play in the beginning, then I just stopped for some reason, and then I went back in. I really liked it, and even just the change from top-down to third person, right? Let's be real. That is a massive selling point. That is probably, that's what you are leading with. You know what I mean? It's very much more of the first game. Not to say it's literally the first game, because it's not, but it's a lot of what you played in the first game, and we're going to talk about that from what people were even saying in the previews, and they're making it third person. And I think that alone honestly would sell it to quite a few people. So what I kind of want to lead with that I saw, it felt more actiony. It felt like you were in the midst of battles a little bit more in what I saw today. And it's something I didn't really think about too much up until today. When you're looking top down, right? You have your character and you can actually see everywhere, right? Because it's a different vantage point. When it's third person, you can't see behind you. You have to, that's natural, right? That's literally normal. But you have to turn the camera. Now, that's obvious, and I'm just literally describing camera angles at this point, but watching the stuff that they showed today and just really trying to look at the gameplay, beyond anything else, you're just trying to see it, okay? It really felt more immersive to me watching this stuff today, because it felt like you were in the midst of battles more than it did. Now, I'm actually a fan of top-down. I like top-down. I like Helldivers top-down. It doesn't make it necessarily any easier. That game can crush you if it wants to, and I think it's going to be the exact same thing here, but it's just a different feel, but it felt more like a war zone. A Starship Troopers, right? A lot of comparisons to that, and the first game got comparisons as well, but when you're in the midst of this battle and you have these giants, alien, things, and they're huge, and then you also have their little, spawns, and there's explosions left and right when you call in orbital strikes, and just how it looks, it makes it feel like you're in it a little bit more, and I really appreciate that, and I think that's really what this brings to the table. That's, to me, that's what stood out the most in what we saw today, because there was a lot of talk about friendly fire, and but we know that. We know friendly fire is in this game, and we know that's a pretty cool concept in the first game, going into this game. It seems like it's easier than ever, to get yourself killed or to get other people killed on your team this time around than the first game, right? And that was a big push. I saw a lot of people say that today, but that's, we already kind of knew that, right? The difficulty, we knew that as well. Starship Troopers vibes, we knew that as well. It was just, I think, kind of seeing it in action, more kind of just uncut action, right? Seeing the different terrains and the different worlds was really, really cool. It definitely has the same kind of, I think they call it like an overseer, I believe, in this game. And it's same vibe, with the first game, where it basically keeps track of everything, which planets you're taking out and how well you do, and then the enemy kind of adjusts to that. There was a fair amount of that in the first game, and it seems like they kind of carried it over into this one. And one final thing I'll kind of shout out from what we saw today is, again, the push of, and this is not unnatural, it's something that I expected, playing it with friends, right? Now, this is a live service game. This is a game that they want you to play with other people, and they want you to play long term. So it's not shocking, that what we hear so often is, hey, when you're playing with people and you're yelling at each other and you're accidentally, landing turret pods, on them, killing them, that is where the game is at its most fun. And playing, and you could see in gameplay, right? When things get very chaotic. Well, part of what makes it so chaotic is not just the enemies and, where they're coming, but it's also you. It's also what you're doing, moving on the fly and typing in, the codes to call things down, which again, a lot of that stuff carry over from the first game. But, having that cooperative element of not exactly knowing like for sure what everybody else is doing, right? So you might accidentally walk into, a line of fire or throw the orbital, kind of locator just close enough to you and your group that you get destroyed in it too. That's where this game kind of, pops off to be really, really fun, or funny, I guess, in that moment. So it's definitely, and I saw this in the video I made a few weeks ago about Helldivers. I know there's a lot of people, maybe like me, I'm a loner. I tend to play by myself. I saw a lot of other people, talking about that as well. This is definitely a game I think you're going to want to play with other people. But from my own personal experience from replaying Helldivers 1, just a few months ago, there were still some people playing it, and I played it online, one with a friend that, we were on party chat, but the other people that would join my squad and we would play together, we were not communicating. And I think that actually made it a little bit more difficult in a good way. Again, we didn't really know what each of us were doing, so we might accidentally do something to each other. But I think this is a game you can play with, random people online. I feel that was the case with the first game. I feel like that's going to be the case with this game. Yeah, the strategy, there is strategy, and you probably should be talking to each other. But if you don't think it's necessary, it's not necessary. That's how it works. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.